What if living a more vibrant, energetic life could be, well, as simple as changing the colors on your plate?
Mm-hmm.
Imagine eating wasn't just about, measuring and restricting, but more about art, creativity, maybe even joy.
That's a lovely thought.
So today, we're taking you on a really colorful journey. It's a deep dive into a fascinating approach to health, inspired by the Rainbow Diet, a guidebook to the science and art of colorful foods for health and well-being by Dr. Deanna Minich.
Right. And our mission here really is to unpack how this innovative idea uses the power of color, how it can simplify healthy eating.
Simplify, I like that.
Yeah, and connect that cutting-edge science with stuff you can actually do, real-world action, and ultimately help you unlock your full potential. Physical, emotional, mental vibrancy, the whole package.
Okay, let's unpack this right away then. The book calls colorful plant foods the nutritional underdogs. That's quite a phrase.
It is, isn't it?
So why are plants so central here? I mean, they're the foundation of so many healthy diets we know, like Mediterranean, vegan, even some paleo or keto approaches use a lot of plants. What makes them the foundation?
Well, what's truly fascinating, I think, is the science. It goes way beyond just the basics like protein, carbs, fats, or even vitamins and minerals.
Okay.
Plants are absolutely packed with something called phytonutrients.
Phytonutrients. Heard of them?
Yeah. Think of them as like your body's unsung heroes. They're these tiny powerhouses. They don't just give you energy, they actively protect your DNA, they calm inflammation,
Wow.
and they even subtly influence your mood. They're non-caloric, they're not vitamins or minerals in the classic sense. Often they're the actual pigments, the colors themselves. And there are thousands of them. They do so much: promote anti-inflammatory responses, influence neurotransmitters, hormones. The book calls it the phytoneuroendocrine system. Bit of a mouthful. But it basically means how plants talk to our hormones and nerves. They help cells handle stress, even support our body's natural rhythms.
You know, what really jumped out at me reading about this, some newer studies have found some really surprising things.
Mm-hmm.
Like, eating plants might not just cut your risk of chronic diseases, cancer, heart disease, diabetes, the usual suspects, but could also help lower your body's, toxin load from just living in the world.
Yeah, environmental exposure, it's a real thing.
And get this, plant-rich diets are also linked to better psychological well-being. We're talking like better mood, more happiness, even sparking curiosity and creativity. It's not just physical.
Exactly, it's holistic, totally. But, and here's the catch, despite all these amazing benefits, there's this thing called the phytonutrient gap.
Meaning,
The reality is most people just aren't eating enough colorful foods. Surveys consistently show huge numbers of people fall short, especially in, say, the blue and purple categories.
right, we don't need a lot of naturally blue food.
Exactly. And that means we're genuinely missing out on specific benefits for different parts of our body. So the obvious question is, how do we fix that? How do we bridge this gap?
Yeah.
And the Rainbow Diet offers this, delightfully simple solution. Focus on counting colors, not calories.
Oh, I like the sound of that.
Yeah. General guidelines might suggest, 1.5 to 2 cups of fruit, 2 to 3 cups of veg daily. But the real core strategy here is just getting diverse plant foods, all the colors, into each meal.
That feels so much more doable. Less clinical.
Precisely. It's not about rigid rules. Dr. Minich lays out these 4 integral principles. They guide your relationship with food and, honestly, with life itself. They really mirror how nature works.
Okay, so what's the first principle? The first cornerstone?
All right, the first one, absolutely central, is color. And it's deeper than just pigments. Color is framed as a kind of nutrient for your whole self.
A nutrient? How so?
It influences your physical health, sure, but also your emotional and mental state. The book even suggests its therapeutic effects work for people who are blind, which points to something really profound, right?
Wow, yeah.
Color comes from light, fundamentally. Each hue has its own spectrum, its own wavelength. So to get more color, eat the rainbow on your plate, but also surround yourself with color. In your home, your clothes, it can actually shift your mood.
Interesting. Okay, what's principle number 2?
The second one challenges that thing. So many people say creativity.
Oh yeah, the classic, I'm not creative.
Exactly. But Dr. Minich argues creativity is baked into our DNA. It's inherent. The big idea here is that bringing that playful, artistic mindset to your plate, it's not just making food look nice.
Right.
You're tapping into this fundamental human drive. It boosts well-being, joy. So she encourages us, find your inner creative spark with food.
Like practically.
Try weird food combinations you normally wouldn't. Eat from different plates, different shapes, sizes, colors, maybe use chopsticks sometimes, or even your fingers. See your meal as like a little work of art.
I like that. Makes eating fun again. What's the third principle?
Building right on that is diversity. You know the saying, variety is the spice of life.
Sure.
Well, science totally backs that up for health. Think about a garden. A diverse one thrives, right? Compared to just one crop. Our modern diet has actually gotten less diverse over time, fewer plant species. But studies show dietary diversity, and we're talking maybe 30 to 50 different foods a week versus less than 10.
That's a big difference.
Huge. It can enrich your gut microbiome, improve blood pressure, reduce cell damage, boost your mood, even lead to fewer falls. It's often more important than just how much you eat.
Okay, so how do we boost diversity? Any tips?
Yeah, simple stuff. Rotate your foods every few days. Try one new food every week. Prepare things differently, steamed versus raw, for instance. Try different varieties like purple cauliflower instead of white. Shop at different markets if you can. Alternate brands sometimes. Make meals with lots of ingredients like stir fries or big salads or soups.
That all sounds very achievable. Okay, and the fourth principle?
The fourth is rhythm. This one grounds us back in nature's cycles. Our bodies naturally run on rhythms, right?
Like circadian rhythms.
Exactly, the 24-hour circadian rhythm, but also monthly cycles, maybe linked to the moon, and definitely seasonal cycles. Eating in sync with these, it sends powerful signals to our bodies, affects metabolism, hormones, everything.
So how do we eat more rhythmically?
Well, simple things again. Get some morning light in your eyes soon after waking helps set your sleep cycle. Try to eat within an hour or so of waking up. Limit your eating window, maybe 8 to 12 hours a day, but that's personal. You find what works for you. Avoid big meals late at night, say 2-3 hours before bed.
Makes sense.
And a big one, eat foods that are in season. They usually have the highest nutrient density then, and often they're cheaper too.
Right. Nature provides what we need when we need it, kind of.
That's the idea. And bringing all these principles together, the core message about the colors themselves is really powerful. Each color group, each hue, has this unique functional signature.
Functional signature.
Yeah, meaning it supports specific body systems through its particular set of phytonutrients.
Okay, let's get into that. What does each color do? Starting with red foods. Red makes me think of energy, alertness, maybe danger. Protection.
Good associations. It symbolizes alertness, action, protection. Physiologically, yeah, it can be a sign of inflammation, like you said, a bruise, but it's also passion, vitality.
So how do red foods help?
They are loaded with antioxidants. Vitamin C, lycopene, anthocyanins, betalains, powerful stuff. They're great for supporting your immune system, managing inflammation, including something called inflammaging. That's that low-grade chronic inflammation linked to aging. Red foods help fight that. They also support your stress response by helping replenish norepinephrine, vital for fight or flight.
Got it. But the book mentions a double-sided nature for some reds.
Ah, yes. Important point. For some people, histamines in foods like tomatoes, strawberries, pink grapefruit can cause issues, especially if you have histamine intolerance or something called MCS, mast cell activation syndrome.
Okay, go.
Also, nightshades tomatoes, potatoes, peppers, goji berries fall into this red group sometimes. They contain compounds like glycolkaloids, lectins, saponins that might increase inflammation or affect the gut barrier in sensitive individuals. Might?
So personalization is key. Maybe talk to a doctor if you suspect issues.
Absolutely. The book really emphasizes that. Listen to your body, but for most people, red foods are fantastic.
Where's some star players then?
Oh, think cherries, pomegranates, red bell peppers, tomatoes, kidney beans. Great choices.
All right. Moving on to orange foods. Orange feels like harvest time, abundance, creativity.
Right.
Maybe fertility, sunrise, sunset color.
Exactly. Orange foods have a strong link to reproductive health. This is mainly through their carotenoids like beta-carotene and beta-cryptoxanthin.
Carotenoids, right.
They're fat-soluble antioxidants. They tend to concentrate in reproductive organs, skin, breast tissue. Beta-carotene converts to vitamin A if your thyroid is working well, and it plays a role in egg quality.
Interesting.
Beta-cryptoxanthin specifically might help delay menopause and supports ovarian function. Really relevant for things like PCOS.
Wow.
The book also flags zinc and magnesium, especially from pumpkin seeds, which are often orange-ish inside, right? They help with hormonal balance, PMS, and have anti-androgen effects that can be helpful in PCOS. Plus, you find phytoestrogens and phytoprogestins in orange foods too.
What about for men?
Good question. Oxidative stress is bad news for sperm health. Alpha and beta-carotene are linked to a lower risk of low sperm count. They might also help protect against ED and prostate cancer, although lycopene, which is red, is kind of the star for prostate health.
Okay. Any specific orange powerhouses?
Turmeric, that deep orange spice. Its curcumines are great for ovarian function, endometriosis, maybe even reproductive cancers, but the book notes high doses might act as a contraceptive, so context matters.
Fascinating nuance. And there was a practical tip about absorption.
Oh, yeah. For fat-soluble beta-carotene and things like carrots, add a little fat olive oil is great. And maybe some spices like ginger, black, or red pepper helps your body absorb it better.
Great tip. So key orange foods are?
Carrots, mangoes, oranges, papaya, pumpkins, sweet potatoes, and definitely turmeric. All fantastic.
Next, yellow, tan, and brown foods. Yellow feels like sunshine, happiness, energy, connects to digestion you mentioned. Brown and tan feel grounding, earthy.
You nailed it. Digestive fire is a good way to think about it. These colors are crucial for digestion, transforming food into energy, supporting your metabolism.
Nutrients are key here.
Think B vitamins for energy, things that help stomach acid, like apple cider vinegar. Fiber, of course, soluble and insoluble. That's vital for elimination, feeding good gut bacteria, managing cholesterol, blood sugar. Bile is also yellowish green, essential for fat digestion.
And the gut-brain link.
Oh, huge share. This is amazing. Neurotransmitters like serotonin, dopamine, GABA, the things that dictate your mood. A lot of them can actually be made in your gut.
Really?
Yeah. And some yellow foods like plantain, pineapple, banana contain precursors for serotonin. Yellow herbs like ginger, pineapple, chamomile are great for digestion. Saffron and St. John's wort are mentioned for mood, but always check for medication interactions with those.
Good warning.
Yeah.
Anything else special about yellow-brown?
Yeah, there's this cool thing about browning of fat. You want more of the beige or brown fat. It's more metabolically active than the white-yellow kind. And compounds in some of these foods like flavonoids and cinnamon, ginseng, onion, green tea, thyme can actually help activate that browning process.
Plants helping us burn fat more efficiently. Are there downsides here?
There can be. Awareness is good. Potential for toxic metals like arsenic or lead in some brown rice or cocoa products. Zinc helps eliminate them, the book notes.
Okay.
And a big one, AGs. Advanced glycation end products. They form during high heat cooking, frying, grilling, roasting. They cause inflammation.
Ah, the charring on grilled food.
Kind of, yeah. So how to reduce them? Use lower moist heat, boiling, steaming, poaching. Limit fat during cooking itself. Use acidic marinades, lemon, vinegar. Add antioxidant spices like cumin, thyme, rosemary. And fermented veggies can help inhibit AGEs too.
Lots of ways to manage that. Okay, key yellow, tan, brown foods.
Bananas, corn, ginger, brown rice, oats, mushrooms, coffee, cinnamon, nuts, seeds. A really diverse and important group.
Now for green foods, the color of nature, health, healing, love even, definitely connected to the heart and lungs. Vitality.
Perfectly put. Green foods are absolute powerhouses for your cardiovascular system. They're brimming with vitamin K, folate, magnesium, nitrates, antioxidants, fiber.
Good stuff.
All the good stuff. They work together to improve blood lipids / inflammation, support healthy blood flow. Folate is especially key. It lowers homocysteine, an amino acid that can damage blood vessels if it gets too high.
Right.
And, connecting this bigger picture, just being in green nature helps too. Studies show spending time in parks or forests lowers blood pressure, reduces cardiovascular risk.
Nature connection again. What about specific greens?
Leafy greens are stars. Dr. Minnick suggests choosing open leaf lettuces like romaine over iceberg for more phytonutrients. And cruciferous veggies, broccoli, kale, Brussels sprouts. There's a trick with them. Chop them up, then let them sit for about 30 to 40 minutes before you cook them. This activates sulforaphane, a really beneficial compound. Light cooking is best after that. Adding mustard seed powder can help too.
Wow, that's a specific hack. Any double-sided aspects to greens?
A couple of things to be aware of. Goitrogens in cruciferous veg can potentially affect thyroid function in some people, especially if they're low in iodine.
Okay.
And oxalates, found in spinach, for example, can contribute to kidney stones in susceptible folks.
Okay.
Boiling greens significantly reduces oxalates, though. Again, variety and knowing yourself is key. Oh, and green tea. Its EGCG content is super cardioprotective, reduces inflammation, hypertension, cholesterol. Big thumbs up for green tea.
Which brings us back to that seasonal eating point too, right? Nutrients vary.
Exactly. Broccoli in season likely has more biddies, so key greens to load up on.
Let's hear them.
Avocado, spinach, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, kale, green tea, basil, parsley. The green dream team.
Okay, on to the mysterious ones. Blue, purple, and black foods. These feel deep, connected to dreams, consciousness, wisdom, the brain.
Precisely. These hues are strongly linked to the brain. They're champions for brain health. They protect our neurons from oxidative stress and inflammation.
Wow.
Primarily through anthocyanins. Those are the pigments giving them their beautiful blue, purple, black colors. And the gut-brain axis is vital here again.
Always back to the gut.
It seems so. Anthocyanins aren't actually absorbed that well directly, but they interact with your gut microbes, which then produce beneficial short-chain fatty acids, SCFAs.
Those help the brain.
Yes. They support brain function directly and help maintain the blood-brain barrier. The book really encourages seeking out purple versions of common foods, purple carrots, purple potatoes, for that extra anthocyanin boost.
Smart. What about resveratrol?
Ah, yes, resveratrol. Found in blueberries, plums, grapes, red wine. It's got amazing neuroprotective effects. It can help with recovery from brain injuries and shows promise for conditions like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's.
And mental health.
Definitely linked. Diet generally, but anthocyanins specifically, are associated with a reduced risk of depression.
Powerful stuff. So top blue, purple, black foods for brain power.
Think blueberries, blackberries, purple grapes, eggplant, purple cabbage, black beans, black sesame seeds, even black tea. Delicious and brain boosting.
Last but not least, white foods.
Yeah.
White makes you think purity, clean slate, reset, like fresh laundry. Connection to detoxification.
Spot on. Beneficial white foods are key players in supporting detoxification, especially the liver. Cauliflower is a star here. Its glucosinolates help activate detox enzymes. And garlic. Its organosulfur compounds, like allicin, are potent detoxifiers. Other helpers include coconut oil, onions, turnips.
What about fasting? Is that related?
Yes, the book touches on fasting, intermittent fasting, time-restricted eating as a form of cellular cleansing. It can benefit blood sugar, mood, heart health, longevity.
It is not for everyone.
Absolutely not. Crucial point. Needs professional guidance if you have type 1 diabetes, eating disorders, are pregnant, underweight, etc. Always check first.
Got it. The book also mentions biophotons. Sounds sci-fi.
A little. It's basically the light that living cells emit. It reflects metabolic activity and, interestingly, food quality. More biophotons can sometimes mean cell damage or waste buildup.
So food quality matters, like organic.
Yeah, it suggests processing, heating, farming methods all affect this light quality. Organic foods might have higher nutritional value and fewer pesticides. It mentions the Dirty Dozen and Clean 15 lists as helpful guides.
Good resources. But not all white food is good, right?
Critical distinction. The idea isn't to eat white bread and sugar. It's about replacing those processed whites with colorful whole foods, while embracing beneficial whites like cauliflower, garlic, coconut, onions.
Makes sense. What about soy, often whitish?
Briefly mentioned, whole, organic, fermented soy is generally seen positively. Its phytoestrogens, isoflavones, can be anti-inflammatory, support female fertility, possibly reduce breast cancer risk, and generally don't seem bad for male hormones. Processed soy is different.
Okay, so choose wisely. Key beneficial white foods.
Cauliflower, garlic, coconut, onions, white tea, and good quality tofu or tempeh.
Okay, wow. We covered the rainbow. Now that people understand the why, how do they actually do this? How do you bring this deep dive into your kitchen? The book has recipes, right?
Loads of recipes. For all kinds of eaters, too. Omnivores, vegans, everyone. Personalization is really the theme.
But are there general tips for maximizing nutrients? Preparing food well?
Definitely. Some great practical takeaways. Buy in season, go local organic if you can. CSAs, farmers markets, using those EWG guides helps.
Fresh versus frozen.
Fresh is often ideal, but frozen is usually just as good nutritionally, sometimes even better than fresh stuff that's traveled far. Don't dismiss frozen.
Want to know?
And don't waste plant parts. Stems, leaves, roots often have nutrients. Get creative. Add spices before cooking to let flavors meld. Add healthy oils after cooking to protect them.
Use color loss as a guide.
Yeah. If your green beans turn dull, you've likely lost some nutrients. And remember that cruciferous trick. Chop. Wait 30-40 minutes, then cook lightly.
Right. What about cooking methods overall, raw versus cooked?
Best approach. A mix of both. Raw keeps water-soluble vitamins, good for the microbiome. But cooked can make things easier to digest, boosts bioavailability of fat-soluble nutrients and minerals, reduces things like goitrogens or oxalates.
And variety in cooking too. And those AGEs again?
Yes, minimize them. Low moist heat is best. Boiling, poaching, stewing, steaming. Go easy on the high heat grilling, frying. Limit fat during the high heat cooking. Use those acidic marinades, antioxidant spices. Fermented veg helps too.
And cookware. Does that matter?
It can. The book suggests variety. Glass, stainless steel, cast iron are good choices. Maybe parchment paper for baking. Try to avoid Teflon, plastic nonsticks, aluminum, maybe even silicone sometimes. Store food in glass, not plastic or aluminum foil. And eat leftovers reasonably quickly, especially if they have protein.
Okay, so much practical advice. It feels like the main message, wrapping this all up, it's not about strict rules, is it?
Not at all.
It's about inviting fun, creativity, joy back into the kitchen. Cooking is art, like you said.
Exactly. This whole deep dive into the rainbow diet, it really reminds us that living vibrantly, it isn't about deprivation. It's not about complicated math. It's about embracing the incredible spectrum of what nature offers us. It's about consciously choosing to nourish every part of yourself using those principles: color, creativity, diversity, rhythm.
And we've clearly seen how each color really does bring unique benefits. Brain health, immune function, mood, digestion. It covers everything.
It really does.
So maybe this leaves us with an important question for everyone listening. How will you invite one new color or maybe one new creative approach onto your plate this week?
Yeah.
Think about that inner spectrum of potential that these colorful plant foods can help you unlock. Let that guide your next meal, your next step towards, well, a more vibrant you.